Hello, folks. Welcome to the Hello World Podcasting with Magdalena. How is everybody doing? Listen, folks, I have to apologize again that I was not on the scene for months and months and months. And I'm sure every one of you are being challenged, and so I am. And it is very difficult to kind of go to these times right now and point the finger what's really going on. So this is why I actually stepped back again for a little while, because there are so many predictions, there are so many spinning energies, and the planets are really playing a pretty intense game on the stage. So for those who are new, folks, I am actually always using my podcasting kind of connect with the astrology and to see what's really going on, and try to understand, guide us, use this podcasting as a GPS in this challenging world. And for those who've been following me, folks, I'm back. Listen, if I'm not here for a while, it doesn't mean that I give up or stop using it. But anyway, thank you for being faithful followers. So let's see what we are dealing here, and how we can understand, at least in the nutshell, what is going on. So let's start first with the planets, where they are right now. The sun is in Taurus, moon is in Aries, Mercury is also in Aries, Venus just moved recently into Taurus, Mars moved also in Aries. Man, oh man, I was really feeling when the Mars was shifting from Pisces to Aries energy. Jupiter is in Taurus, that will move soon into actually to a Gemini. Saturn is in Pisces, Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius, Chiron is in Aries, North Node is in Aries, and Libra, Lilith is in Libra retrograde. And as I always like to say, so what does that all mean for us? I know, look, guys, I just said it is very difficult to navigate right now what's fully going on, because we are dealing with the challenging energy of the Neptune and Saturn. And on the other side, we are also dealing with an incredible challenging energy of Pluto. Pluto just went retrograde in Aquarius, and it will still go back to the Capricorn and finally move out Capricorn, I think, end of November. You know that I never go into this predictions, by the degree and opposition and all this stuff, because there's so many people doing it. So I don't need to add my piece to that. But what I love about that is I like to use more the storytelling, a storytelling aspect of the planet, and what they actually mean to us. And my idea for this podcasting was, how do I want to name it? And I decided to name or give a title, Times are Changing Rapidly. So what does that mean? I'm sure every one of you can actually feel the changes. You can feel the intensity, and everybody is actually handling it differently. It was interesting. I was last night watching actually V for Vendetta, and I love this movie. And the second movie, what I absolutely adore, is the uh, Hackers. Because these both movies are very much presenting what is happening in our times, and how we are actually coping with that. I'm sure you've been asking the question, what is next? What is next? What is next? And in the beginning, when this whole challenge started to happen, especially around 2020, and we all know what's happened then and what we are going through. All that, I would say, is a part of the preparation and smackdown into the absolute uh, challenging, shifting energy of the change. We know that actually we've been facing so much the transhumanism and technology, and many of us know or aware in what direction that might go. And I think what we are dealing right now, this is this humongous battle going on between how to stay human. Is it possible to avoid the technology totally? No, neither is it possible to kind of stay where we are. So we've been pushed in both directions. And I think the biggest um, challenge or biggest breakthrough, what I've been feeling or sensing, is this conjunction, actually, the Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. So I would ask you actually, where in your chart is actually your Taurus energy, and recognize what you've been pushed to face, meaning I'm using right now, going into the energy, how I am feeling it. So how is that, practically Uranus is a liberator and a drastic change. But at the same time, we also wanted to add another aspect to this whole thing, is that we are dealing with a North Node in the Aries opposing Libra. So that would be also very good to know where your Aries and Libra energy is, because it's about the relationship. And I would say, from my own personal experience, or from the way I'm seeing the whole story here, is that Chiron being in the Aries, it's really about being a wounded healer, and see the aspect where we've been wounded so deeply that that energy will impact us as we move forward, and even, the next step is the Taurus energy. So the question becomes, is it how can I become more open, allow the healing, recognize that I'm so deeply wounded, and how can I actually stand into that energy? Because it's always about integration. No matter what we are doing, we are always trying to incorporate the shadows. Because if you look what's really happened in the last 4 years, um, we will recognize the biggest challenge, what happened here, was the fear. And the fear comes always from the aspect of not knowing how to handle the energy, because we did not understand what is beyond that. And I would say this. I hear so many times people are saying, oh, there's no thing such a fear. Oh, fear is just an illusion, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? That's just another mind game. It's being played on us because actually fear has an incredible lesson for us. I'm also kind of learning about the human design, and I actually came 2 or 3 days ago to the very interesting information, and it was about the gate 28. And in that gate, what you are facing, the challenge of death. What does that mean? You know, and death can have so many ways of seeing it. You know, death can mean end of life. Death can mean end of relationship. Death can mean end of the cycle. And we have to now embrace something new. That can mean I'm not willing to play this game anymore. And also, that will mean that I am not supporting the destructive energies that I was playing by before. So, I would say this, try to kind of step back and ask yourself the question, what does that mean to you? Because what we are facing right now, even though we are not seeing this, everybody's, oh my God, we are going into this whole new category, blah, 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 whatever. But guess what? This is also related to that in a way that we have to say goodbye to the old lifestyle. And on the some level, Pisces, Saturn in Pisces is also playing here a huge role. And I love, we've been actually, I was listening to a friend of mine. We've been talking about the Saturn in Pisces, and she's been taking class with Leo King, and he was talking about that. Pisces, Saturn in Pisces could be also. We've been talking about end of the lifestyle you've been used to. That a lot of people are not willing to give up their lifestyle, and so yeah, you have to ask yourself where you are sacrificing yourself just for the sake of continuing of the lifestyle or the life that you know. And I think what we are facing right now, especially when Pluto starts to move again back into Aquarius, we will end up to be very, very much challenged with the AI, with the technology, and how that will change everything around us. For right now, we can see how the technology is actually used, not necessarily in the best interest for the humanity. It is being used for the total control. So in what direction we are going to go as a collective and a humanity, it will depends on where we are as a collective, you know? I mean, both the movies, what I was talking about, for instance, V for Vendetta, what is the bottom line is that, yeah, when you face all your fears and when you say enough is enough, and the hackers, you know, how I mean, I always say the hackers will save the world. I was very fearful about the technology maybe 20 years ago because I knew it, how it's being abused. But since then, I realized there are great people who could actually work for the humanity and use technology for the humanity best interest. The same thing what we are dealing right now actually in the politics and everywhere else. The question becomes is that who are they working for? You can recognize in many cases they are just following the money. They don't care about their health. They don't care what is really going on about the humanity. They don't care what is happening in the world because they are thinking, hey, who cares? I'm getting my money. But this whole stuff, what is happening, it will not impact me. Well, let me tell you one thing. That's not so. And if you follow the history, again, in Vendetta, the history came back for the revenge of clearing the energy. When enough people clear the energy in themselves, clear the unresolved emotions, what can happen? So I think this is very much right now about assessing our own self, where we are standing, what we are willing to face, what we are willing to change, and what value we are standing for. And it's very difficult, because what in the bottom line will end up to be about self-responsibility. And I think these times are very much about that, because look at what's really happening when we are not taking care about ourselves. We are not the priority for ourselves, busy with so many other things. Look at how is that impacting our lives. And on the other side, you know, people think that, you can bully the world without consequences. I believe in the universal justice that if I do my part, meaning do not harm, that the rest of it will actually be challenged by those energies, because it's all frequencies and energies. And we just need to start to become aware and recognize that we cannot fall asleep anymore and just kind of pretend that nothing is happening. If people think that's so, I mean, I'm not here to judge, but then do not be surprised how this, the universe will respond to that energy. So it's very, very, very difficult because, a lot of time people are saying, well, how can God allow that? Well, listen, God allowed you to have this life, but you have the responsibility to protect it. And I know it's a little crash. I mean, crash, and meaning you have to be honest with yourself. So the truth and the honesty is the huge game here, and that will come even more when we move into the what's the name, Uranus in Gemini. And you can see right now we are dealing with so much stuff that is coming to the surface. You cannot hide anymore because of the technology, because of information. Everything is on the table. Do we like it or not? So okay, folks, that is my thought right now today. And contemplate with the idea what I've been sharing, and see how it fits you. In the meantime, please take good care of yourself, and I will be back. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.